Sounded like somebody's node went offline. Oh my gosh, we've had a slashing incident. Anyway, enough with the jokes. Let's configure the wizard. Yes, that's right. It's time for the wizard. Grab some popcorn. This one is a bit more involved than the others, but hey, no one else said learning spells and chemistry was easy. The assumption before starting here is that you're logged into your node remotely with your client. The command line interface has been downloaded and the smart node stack installed. Let's start to configure the wizard by typing in the command rocket pool service config and then hit enter. You may get the message your terminal window is too small to run the service configuration portion. That's fine. Let's just stretch this baby out a little bit and watch the magic happen. Boom. Nice. Welcome to the welcome screen, and check out those navigation tools at the bottom. Arrows, space, enter, escape, and control C. So check it out. Left, right, left, right. It's too bad we don't have an up, down, BA start to speedrun this guide, but such is life. Anyway, let's hit enter and next step our way through this. Step 2. We'll be demoing testnet instead of mainnet in this video, but if you're configuring mainnet, choose Ethereum mainnet. Step 3. This screen chooses our client mode. This allows the node software to handle your consensus and execution client pair for you. Unless you have a specific setup, let's allow the client pair to be managed by the smart node. It's like an easy button. Choose locally managed. But before you hit enter, if you ever see Docker mode referenced, this means the settings are locally managed by the smart node software itself. Okay, now hit enter. Step 4 chooses our execution client. For the health of the Ethereum network, let the wizard choose for us and leave it on random and hit enter. We have been assigned Besu for our execution client. Note, write this down and save it. You will need to know this in the future many times for bug fixes and updates. The smart node will usually handle these updates, but it's worth noting and retaining this information regardless. Okay, now hit enter. Step number 5 chooses our consensus client. Again, we have all of these options down here, but it's best to leave it at random and let the smart node software handle it according to the needs of Ethereum. Hit enter. It looks like our option is Lodestar. Go ahead and write it down and hit enter. Now we're presented with the option of putting some graffiti on the blockchain. It's not vital to this process, so we will just hit tab and press enter. This powerful feature allows it to copy the most recent state from a separate consensus client that you trust, so you don't have to wait for it to sync. It really speeds up the initial sync. To get this checkpoint sync URL, visit the documentation page linked below. Find the section that matches which network you're using and randomly pick any one of the URLs listed in that section. In this demo, we found the Gurley section, since we are demoing testnet using the old Gurley network, and we randomly picked the top URL in that section. Then copy and paste the URL into the checkpoint sync URL text box in the wizard, and proceed. Doppelganger protection is highly recommended as it prevents you from getting slashed, in case you have another future instance of your node running on another machine. Go ahead and leave it at the default, which is yes, and move on. Step 6 is for advanced users who may have fallback clients. Since we are currently just trying to set up one node, we are going to leave it at the default, which is no, and hit enter to move on. Step 7 involves metrics. Data is cool, right? Let's leave it on so we can see stats about our node. None of this information will be sent to any remote servers. This data is yours and yours alone. Hit enter. Step 8, MEV boost mode. This allows you to capture extra profits from block proposals. Let the smart node that we have manage this locally. Hit enter. On the next page, we have the options for MEV profile. There are no default selections checked. We prefer unregulated, but the choice is yours based on your jurisdiction. You can use the space bar to select unregulated or regulated. You can leave all options unchecked if you wish to opt out for now, but it will be required to make a decision in the future. Then use the tab key to go down to next and hit enter to move to the next step. Step 9, we have the option to remove or save and exit. You are welcome to review all these settings, but for now, we will save and exit. Arrow down and press enter. Would you like to start the Smart Node service automatically now? Press Y for yes and hit enter. You'll be presented with a warning. This is not an error. It's a slashing protection notice for established nodes. Rule of thumb, if you ever switch which clients you're using, just wait 15 minutes and you'll be good to go. Any other time you change settings, there's no need to wait 15 minutes, and in fact doing so will lose you some money from missed attestations. Press Y for yes and hit enter. The Wizard of Rocket Pool is now doing things. It looks like this process may take around a minute to complete. Look at all those sweet, sweet green check marks. And with that, you are good to go. We're getting ready to start Rocket Pool next. Stay tuned. On behalf of Rocket School, my name is JT.